We hope that the plan will be defeated. And it's not dangerous. The Conservative group will vote against it on block. The Labour group some will support it. Some may abstain, and some may even vote against it. We believe that there are a number of honourable members of UKIP who are very uneasy at the fact that the section relating to Manston Airport, let's not call it by any other name, is as it is and might vote down the plan. That is not Armageddon. The Secretary of State for Local Government, not the Secretary of State for Transport, whose brief this is, has indicated very clearly that he may find it necessary to intervene if there is no local plan. But, and I shall come back to this in January, before the meeting, I was challenged by Councillor Wells to put up or shut up in terms of available land for housing. Well, we've crunched the numbers. There isn't enough land for housing. There is more than enough land for housing by several percentage points. And that's without Manston. So I see no reason whatsoever why the Secretary of State should not call in the plan. There's another argument, actually, about whether or not we need as many houses as is being said. We certainly need homes for local people. That's in no doubt at all. My postbag is full of requests for housing. But there's a lot in the pipeline already. A lot more to come. And I and Craig McKinley see no reason whatsoever why we should build houses in Thanet on Grade 1 agricultural land, never mind Manston Airport, just to act as an overspill for London boroughs who can't be bothered to make provision for their own. And I've made that side jabbing to Secretary of State in no uncertain terms. And Syed has agreed that if it comes to calling in the plan, then the local members of Parliament, Craig McKinley and myself, will be consulted over any moves that are taken. So I see no danger whatsoever in defeating the local plan. If, of course, Councillor Wells chooses to, even at this late stage, withdraw that clause in the document, well, that might change the picture. But that's where we're at. I don't know if anybody asked you about the delay. I'm sorry about it. Obviously, we want to get on with things. River Oak Strategic Partnership wants to get on with it. I want to get on with it. Craig wants to get on with it. Just about everybody except the people behind who currently own the... Oh, that's not quite true. The people who are currently in control of the airport. And Councillor Carter at County Hall want to get on with it. But when this document goes in, and if any of you are feeling tired at night once it's published, I recommend you start reading it. You'll be asleep long before you've got anywhere near about the 10th page. It is very detailed indeed. It is the most comprehensive environmental impact assessment that has ever been done in East Kent. And it's backed up by a strategic plan, a business plan, and everything else that is going to be required by the planning inspectorate. The aim is, and this is the reason for the delay, to make absolutely certain that every I is dotted, every T is crossed, and that it is not open to any challenge of any kind. The last thing we want is to get the process going and then to find we're faced with a judicial review because a mistake has been made. It is painstaking, it is incredibly frustrating, but the aim of the game now is to have the document with the planning inspectorate by early March. I'm sure you've been told, but if you haven't, I've now got to remember the dates.
23rd, 24th.
23rd and 24th, thank you very much. So 23rd is Ramsgate, 24th is Herne Day, which gives them a further opportunity for anybody who hasn't felt sufficiently consulted, who lives on either flight path, to have their say again. Effectively, the consultation's already been done. But this is a belt and braces job. Craig felt and I felt that it was necessary. Because we both have constituents who have genuine concerns. And those concerns need to be aired. But if the document goes in at the beginning of March, early March, bear in mind the results of the consultations have to be processed, so you can't just put it in straight away, it's got to be written up properly. Once that's done, the documents will go in, and we hope and expect thereafter to make reasonably rapid progress. We're getting there. It's going to be a good new year.